Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Olive V Show. Today, we are talking about what is the heartbeat and really the center of everything I teach, which is believing in yourself. Now, without believing in yourself, you're going to feel scarcity, self-doubt, fear, anger, confusion, numbness, and pain. But with it, you will feel so much lightness in your life. You're going to start to feel magnetic. Trust your intuition. Trust the timing of your life. Everything opens up. It's really the keystone of what I teach. But without it, nothing really moves. You're stuck in that spinning of self-doubt, fear, and scarcity energy, wondering why nothing is moving and nothing is changing. I've been there. We all have been there. So today we're going to talk about what it really means to believe in yourself and to start doing it for real. According to Merriam-Webster, the definition of to believe is to consider something true and honest. It also means to accept it as something genuine or real. And I just thought this was so cool and so exciting because it's a lot less complicated than we make it out to be. We're like, oh, I don't believe in myself. You think you have to, have 100% certainty of what you're doing and maybe the next steps you're taking. But that's not what believing in yourself is. To believe is just to consider it true and honest. So are you being honest with yourself? What do you really want? Are you being truthful to yourself? Are you being genuine and real? So it's more about accepting and coming home to who we truly are than about like getting all these different skills and talents. And that is part of it. But truthfully believing in yourself is knowing that you are worthy, because to disbelieve or to discredit is really the opposite of that. It's to not believe you're worthy, basically believe that you're a liar, which is crazy. So today I'm going to go through 3 steps of how you can start to believe in yourself. These are the most simple, straightforward things that I have done and that I came up with to just share with you for you to really start believing in yourself and starting that right now, right here and today. So the very first step to believe in yourself is to start to turn inward and to know yourself, to begin to take some steps to trust yourself. Now, this can be very challenging because especially as girls and women, we are always bombarded with these messages and whether it's be from the media, social media, society, even from our families of like, oh no, you're just emotional. Or that's crazy, or what are you talking about? As women, we are kind of taught to not trust ourselves, taught to not trust our God-given intuition and our brilliance. Like, we are so brilliant. We are so strong. We have this amazing intuition. They call it female intuition for a reason, because we, over, millions of years, when we used to live in tribes and things like that, the women were the center of the tribes. Back in Aboriginal Native American culture, there was the medicine woman, and they had these women in council. And back in those days of the Native Americans, they wouldn't even go to war unless the women said, yes, it's a good idea. If the women said it's not a good idea to fight, they wouldn't go. So talk about trusting in that beautiful, natural instinct of a woman. We create life. God believes in us. You better believe in your body, because if you do certain things, you're going to have a baby. So it's really interesting how we get very mental about this, but it's all about coming back into the body. So that step 1 is turning into the self and knowing the self and starting to trust the self. So that first thing in that to really focus on is to focus on your body. What are the sensations in your body? How is your body feeling when you make a certain choice? I'm going to go see this guy tonight. I'm going to go on a date. Something within my belly, something in my gut tells me not to do it. But we gaslight ourselves, we overthink, and we discredit ourselves. Remember that, discrediting, not thinking we're worthy of, disbelieving, basically believing that we're a liar, we're lying to ourselves, we're discrediting ourselves, and we say, oh no, that's nothing. Instead of realizing that is such a gift. Like, trust yourself. If it doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. Like 85 to 90%, if it doesn't feel right, it's not right. So I just really implore you to start having a self-care practice and start to just be very aware. Okay, I'm feeling this is expansive. This is a really good test. Is this choice? Is this decision? Whether it's even getting groceries at a certain time or doing something for your business or writing a song or working with people with your music, or whatever creative endeavor that you're in, whether that be business or art. And then you can say, is this choice expanding my being? Do I feel lighter? Do I feel expansive? Do I get excited? Does this feel creative? Or is this feeling constrictive? Am I getting fearful? Am I feeling uneasy? And later on, we're going to discuss to do things that make you a little afraid. But at the beginning, before we jump the gun and say, well, it scares me, I should do it, which, sometimes it's okay to live that way. I want you to start to just trust your body and trust your instincts. Another way to come back to self and come back to your center is to say, does this decision bring me more peace? Or is it taking more peace away from me? Now, if things are giving you more peace, that's really good. We want more peace in our lives. And if things are not, then that is a very good indication that that's not for your life right now. Doesn't mean it's never going to be there. It just means where you are right now, you choose peace. So another way to start to trust yourself and to know thyself, I love that scene in The Matrix where Keanu Reeves, he goes to the Oracle and the Oracle says, you know what that means? And she points up at a little sign that's above the kitchen door and it says, Temet noshe. And he said, I don't know what that means. She says, know thyself. And it's just so true. Know yourself. I love to come back to this. This has really helped me when I have worked with people that have helped get my life on track and better. When I was in a really dark space, she reminded me to decide, what are your values? So there's a couple things, right? We have our needs. We all have needs. Now, are your needs linked to your values? Yes, some of them are, for sure. So we all have our needs. We have needs of clothing, of shelter, of food, of water. Then we have our needs of relationships. We have our needs of really refueling ourselves, making sure that we're not just working all the time. And we go see our friends, we go to exciting things, and we go on adventures. So knowing what your needs are with your specific personality and the specific season that you are in life is so important. This is one of my frameworks that I really love, is to just get silent, get quiet, breathe, and then decide, okay, what need is unmet right now? Because when we feel a little like we can't tolerate what's going on, we feel a little unbalanced, maybe anxiety, maybe even a little depression, that typically comes down to us putting other needs in front of ourselves. We need to put our needs number one. If you want to start believing in yourself, you got to put yourself first. You got to start to put that belief that I am worthy, the belief of my needs matter, my voice matters, my body, that my health matters, the things that I put in my body, the things that I'm digesting, the media that I'm watching, what am I seeing on social media, what am I reading? Am I feeling inspired? Am I feeling lit up? This is extremely important, because you will feel honest and true to yourself. Is this an honest and true decision for me? Is this an honest and true action? Honestly, I'm pretty tired right now and I don't want to do this. Honestly, I have resentment towards this person because of the way they acted, and I made it mean something that maybe it doesn't mean. There's a lot of stories that we tell ourselves. But when we come down to what is real, what is true, what is genuine, what is honest, that is just, it doesn't get any better than that. And how I have found that to be the best for me, how I have found my freedom within putting my needs first, is deciding what my values are. What are my values in my life? I'm going to link my favorite list of values from Brene Brown. I've got a little hair in my face. Woo! And they're so good. So you can go through this list. I think there's about 50 values, and I would pick between 3 to 5. I'll tell you, some of my values are faith. My values is expression and play. So making sure I'm expressing myself. I put that almost before anything. My creative work is above my business work, because if I put my business before my creativity, it will block it. And I will think, I will start to not be as creative as I have been. So what are some of my other values? I love family. Family is one of my values. I want to make sure I'm talking to my family on a weekly basis, calling up my sisters, spending quality time with my mom. I have a big extended family too, calling my uncles and aunts and my cousins and checking in with them. That is my value. So that, to me, that's how you can align your needs and your values. When you say, well, why am I feeling empty right now? Like what is worthy of my attention right now? Because I came up with this zinger the other day. What you attack, you attract. So when you look around and everything, oh, that's not right, or you're in a relationship, whether that be a family or intimate partner, and you're looking at everything they do bad, guess what? You're going to attract more of that. Where your attention goes, energy flows. Whatever you put attention on, it's going to expand. So start to see the goodness in other people. Start to see the goodness in yourself. Knowing yourself and trusting yourself, it is a full-time job and it is a lifelong journey. And you can decide right now. That's another thing I think is very important in believing in yourself. Just make a decision. Do not overthink it. Don't think, in order to believe in myself, I got to change everything about me. That is not true. That is not true. I want you to find one thing that you like about yourself. Maybe you like your eyes. Maybe you like the way that you dress. Maybe you like the way you write songs. Maybe you like the way that you write a love letter. That is how you can start believing in yourself. Woo! So number 1 is to turn inwards and to know yourself. And I gave you lots of examples on how to do that. Number 2 is keeping the promises that we make to ourselves. So once you have those values, I want you to start living in alignment with that. Does that mean you have to let go of some people in your life? Maybe. Does that mean you got to change some things about yourself? Probably as well. But once you decide who you are, because it is a decision. You can create who you are. I believe we co-create. It's half nature, half nurture. So some things we're just innately born with in our personality. And then some things we really actually can create. We can say, I want to be braver. I want to be able to use my voice more. I want to speak up and tell people my needs, and also tell maybe a friend, maybe they did something I don't like and I'm feeling weird about it or uneasy. I want to be brave enough to say, hey, I didn't like that. Or, hey, did you mean to, are you ignoring me? Did you miss my text? We can be so much kinder to ourselves and others. So through us keeping those promises that we made to ourselves, we need a level of kindness and openness. So keep that at the forefront of everything you do is compassion, 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 compassion. It is harder than you think if you're not used to being compassionate with yourself. It has taken me a while to get compassionate with myself because I was so used to picking myself apart. And that will really break you down. That is not a good relationship to have with yourself. Really, that's the opposite of believing in yourself, because you're looking at all of the things that are wrong instead of celebrating all the things that are right. And honestly, believe in yourself. Just believe in yourself. I know it can be challenging because in order for us to believe in ourselves, I do believe we need to have somebody in our life at some point to believe in us so we can model that. But a lot of times that doesn't happen, and it stinks. It's not fun. So keeping those promises we make to ourselves is going to strengthen that relationship we have with ourselves. And that's truthfully how you build confidence. And confidence and believing in yourself are like two sides of the same coin. They are so linked that confidence, actually, the root of the word confidence comes from a similar Latin word, a Spanish word, to trust. Confiar means to trust. So to trust in yourself is to have confidence, which is exactly the same thing as believing in yourself, to consider yourself true and honest. And I want to tell you right now, I consider you true and honest. I know there is something, even if it's buried within you, that you know is true about you, that you know is honest about you, that thing that you've always wanted to do, that inner child that's within you. That's another keystone and a pillar of my teachings, is getting connected with your inner child. So when you're a child, you don't think about all this stuff. You're just honest and true. You're just saying what you want. You're doing what you want. You might sing a lot. You might dance. Maybe you loved your Beanie Babies as a kid. So as we get in a deeper relationship with our inner child, we are going to start to be more true and honest with ourselves. And then you should have this spontaneous epiphany of, oh my gosh, I believe in myself now. I believe in myself because I finally know what I want. I finally really truthfully know what I want, what I'm about. And then you can make those promises you make to yourself. Make a joy list. Take some time. Be with yourself. Be in that honest of you. Be in that amazing, oh my gosh, I'm so beautiful. I'm so grateful. I'm so stunning. I'm so brilliant. Even if you don't believe it, that's the thing. That's the thing, actually, you guys. When you believe in yourself, if you want confidence, honestly, you can fake it till you make it sometimes. Sometimes you just have to say, I believe in myself, even when you don't. Because it's a muscle. It's like going to the gym. You might not want to go work out, but you know if you do, you're going to get stronger. You got to fake it till you make it. So the number 3 in believing in yourself is to start to do the things that bring you joy and to start to really get inspired on a daily basis. So if you go back to my very first podcast episode, that's what I talked about. I talked about creating a joy list for yourself. The best way to do this is to maybe go outside, like get in an environment that inspires you, put on some candles, put on some music, and take a couple breaths, maybe take a small, short meditation. Excuse me. And then take out a piece of paper and just start writing the things that bring you joy. Mine are being outside, being with my family, reciting poetry, listening to music, writing music, baking, cooking. There's just a lot of fun things I love to do. And I want you to put this in your schedule. This is very practical. This is very tactical. Take out your calendar and put it in your week. You could start with 1, you could start with 3. On Wednesday, I'm going to bake cookies and I'm going to listen to some of my favorite music. On Friday, I'm going to go on a nature walk. I'm going to go on a walk with my puppy dog and I'm going to go meet some new people downtown. On Monday, I'm going to go swimming. Instead of going to the gym, I'm going to go do some laps in the pool. I'm going to go do these things that really bring me joy. I'm going to go sing. I'm going to learn a new song. These are just some examples that that is how, when you fuel yourself with joy, that's how you're going to get in touch with your beautiful, beautiful inner child. And she or he is going to say, hey, this is a good idea. Or, hey, that doesn't feel safe for me. And I want you to trust it. This is my challenge for you this week. Start to trust your intuition and start to trust yourself. Start to trust what your body and your mind is telling you about your decisions. And it can be as small as what you're going to eat. It can be as big as, I need to stop talking to a certain person. And just have fun with it too. And don't take yourself too seriously. Hallelujah. Praise God. This is so true. Stop taking yourself so seriously. Just have fun. Have some more fun. Get lighthearted. Lighten up a little bit. Enjoy what you do. Love yourself and start to do the things that bring you joy and commit to those certain things on a weekly basis and put those in your schedule first, before work, before any of your appointments. I can get really sick and tired of this. We can get so bogged down with appointments and work, and we can get bogged down with all the things that we think that we're supposed to do. I want you to completely let that all go, because it is a taught thing, whether it's taught from society or your family, your parents, your grandparents, your friends, the world, culture. I want you to start not taking yourself so seriously. I want you to start having fun, and I want you to start putting the things that bring you joy in your calendar first. You can, we feel, we are so concerned about what other people think about us. Oh, well, if I don't do that, or if I don't go here, or if I don't show up, what is your gut telling you? Is your gut saying, I don't really feel like that's the good? And listen to that. Listen to that, because I promise you. And then when your gut tells you to go somewhere, do not delay. Get ready, get out there and go, because you don't know what's on the other side of that intuition. You don't know what's on the other side of that thing in your heart or your gut or your body. Your whole body sometimes is like, boom, I got to go out tonight. You could fall in love. You could meet the love of your life. You could see a friend you haven't seen in 10 years and you could heal something. You don't know. You're not fully in control. There is a power that's greater than you, whatever you believe that is. But even if you just believe in an energy, or if you believe in the universe, God, that there is a super intelligence that is bigger than you, that is telling you, hey, go there, don't go there, say this, don't say this, eat that, don't eat that, drink that, don't drink that, say that, don't say that, wear that, don't wear that. Trust yourself. Love yourself. Just start to say, I trust myself. I love myself. I can do this. I believe in myself. I believe in myself. I believe in my mind. I believe in my ideas. I believe in my heart. I believe in my soul. I believe that God put these soul ties, this soul instructions. I believe that God put the purpose on my life for a reason. I am here to do big things. I'm here to do great things. Believe in yourself and know, even if you mess up, you can still go forward and still get all your dreams. Action creates clarity. Trusting yourself creates clarity and joy. Truthfully believing in yourself, believing in your dreams, believing in the higher power that loves you. There is a energy. There is a God. There is a universe that loves you more. The mere fact that you're alive means that you are loved beyond measure, because you are a child. You are a child of God, and you are so innocent. You are innocent. You are pure. You are kind. I don't care what anybody's ever told you. I don't care if people have told you that you're stupid, you're dumb, you're this, you're that, you're a bad girl. You know what? Let that go, because you know who is the most pure, the most loving, the most kind on this planet? It's us, honey. It is the women. Women and men, we are coming together, and that is what we are meant to do. We are meant to be here and love ourselves and to love one another and just to be so kind and just jazzed up. So believe in yourself today, honey. And I am so glad that you listened to this podcast today. I am going to go do the things I need to do to fill up my cup and love myself. And I am inviting you to the Sing with Confidence Challenge. If you enjoyed this podcast and you want to go deeper with me in a group coaching experience for 4 days where we're going to dive deep. So when we are so locked in and so secure and stable and confident in our own selves, if somebody can look us right in the face and say, I don't like you, I don't believe in you, well, okay. Thank you for sharing. We can laugh in their face. I want you to have the most unshakable self-belief that you know that, hey, I'm going to be on Broadway one day. I'm going to, release 5 albums, or I'm going to be a mom one day. Whatever you want to do, I know that it all stems from self-belief. With self-belief, everything is possible. Without it, you're going to keep hitting that wall. You're going to be stuck. So I am going to put it into the show notes, the challenge link. Buy your ticket there. Get a ticket for the event, and we are going to dive deep, and I am not going to hold back. I'm going to give you all the sauce for the believe in yourself, because I know that that is the first step to becoming the most creative, beautiful, unstoppable female force that you are. I love you. Have a beautiful week, and I will see you next time.